Hello, Liam. It's your number one fan. So it is the 5th of September, and today Daddy just went to men's breakfast at a church, held an outreach, and then just spent the rest of the day just hanging out here, pretty much at the chalet. Um, so just really just a nice calm day before duty day tomorrow. Stay in the ship the whole day, but I got some lovely history facts of the 5th of September that I want to share with you. Here we go. 1791, Washington, D.C., capital of the United States, is named after President Washington. 1850, California is admitted as the 31st state. 1941, Otis Redding was born. Otis Redding does a bunch of popular music that you might know from oldies kind of radio stations. He's actually really awesome. Plus, Kanye West and Jay-Z have a song called Otis that's pretty much dedicated to that dude. 1956, Elvis appears on the Ed Sullivan Show for the first time. So back in the day, there was a TV show called the Ed Sullivan TV Show, and basically, if you were somebody, anybody who was somebody would play in that show. So he just had a bunch of musical guests, and so the King was on there several different times. And then 1966, Adam Sandler was born. Adam Sandler being in a bunch of good movies leading up to like 2001, 2002, and then for some reason he just started making these horrible songs, or not songs, sorry, movies that ain't nobody got time for that. So got some time hop history from Daddy. So those are always good. No, they're not. They're actually usually always horrible. But 4 years ago, come into Buffalo Wild Wings. We have beer, wings, sports, and stuff. So really, yeah, I didn't like working at Buffalo Wild Wings. I was 18. I was making fun of it, if anything. 5 years ago, I was in Chicago with some family at a Starbucks. April 23rd, what a day to be born on. I don't know why I'd randomly. Oh, because my cousin Aaron has the same birthday as me. That's why I brought that up. 6 years ago, la-di-da-di-da. Let's get this day started with Cap'n Crunch, milk, a shower, and some cartoons. Sounds like a pretty sweet day, actually. So I pulled my thigh muscle. Better? I don't get that, but that's horrible that I pulled my thigh muscle. When you're courting a nice girl, an hour seems like a second. When you sit on a red hot cinder, a second seems like an hour. That's relativity. Albert Einstein. Loves when he's in the middle of a great conversation, all of a sudden the phone dies. I used to have that problem. Phones always used to die because I talk on the phone for hours. But that's just ridiculous these days. How many roads must a man walk down before he admits he's lost? So, random quote. Ain't nobody in the world is as groovy as my mom is. Still true to this day. So, now, without further ado, I'm going to jump into Genesis 10, and I'll read to you about the Table of Nations. The Table of Nations. This is the account of Shem, Ham, and Japheth, Noah's sons, who themselves had sons after the flood. The Japethites. The sons of Japheth: Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshesh, and Tyrus. The sons of Gomer: Ashkenaz, Riphath, and Togarmash. The sons of Java: Elijah, Tarjia, the Kittim, and the Rodanim. From these, the Mantime people spread out into their territories by the clans within their nations, each with its own language. The Hamites, the son of Ham, Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. And there's going to be a curse coming up with that guy. The sons of Cush, Seba, Havilah, Sabta, Ramah, and Sebtekah. The sons of Ramah, Sheba, and Dedan. Cush was the father of Nimrod, who grew to be a mighty warrior on the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. That is why it is said, like Nimrod, a mighty hunter before the Lord. The first centers of the kingdom were Babylon, Erech, Akkad, and Calneh. In Shinar, from that land he went to Assyria, where he built Nineveh, Rehoboth, Calah, and Rezin, which is between Nineveh and Calah, that is the great city. Mizraim was the father of the Ludites, Anamites, Leabites, Naphtalites, Pathrusites, Casluhites, from whom the Philistines came, and Caphtorites. Canaan was the father of Sidon, his firstborn, and all the Hittites, holy cow, Hittites, not Hitlerites, Jebusites, Amorites, Girgashites, Hivites, Archites, Sinites, Arvadites, Zemarites, and Hamathites. Hamathites. Okay, that works. Later, the Canaanite clans scattered, and the borders of Canaan reached from Sidon toward Gerar as far as Gaza, and then toward Sodom, Gomorrah, Adama, and Zeboim as far as Lasha. These are the sons of Ham by their clans and languages and their territories and nations. The Semites. Sons were also born to Shem, whose older brother was Japheth. Shem was the ancestor of all the sons of Eber. The sons of Shem: Elam, Asher, Arphaxad, Lud, and Aram. The sons of Aram: Uz, Hul, Gether, and Meshech. Arphaxad was the father of Shelah, and Shelah the father of Eber. 2 sons were born of Eber. One was named Peleg, because in his time the earth was divided. His brother was named Joktan. Joktan was the father of Almodad, Sheleph, Hazamaveth, Jereh, Hadoram, Uzal, Diklah, Obal, Abimael, Sheba, Ophir, Havilah, and Jobab. Wow. All these were sons of Joktan. The region where they lived stretched from Mesha toward Sephir in the eastern hill country. These are the sons of Shem by their clans and languages and their territories and nations. These are the clans of Noah's sons according to their lines of descent within their nations. From these the nations spread out over the earth and the flood. How informing yet again! Holy cow! These chapters in Genesis every now and then just talking about from this guy to that guy to that guy to that guy. At least it didn't say numbers of their ages and when they died, because that was crazy. But I mean, geez, yeah, that's wild. I'm glad that I don't have to read stuff like that when we get to like Romans and Ephesians. This is definitely introductory stuff, Genesis. Anyways, I'm also going to read you chapter 11, which is the Tower of Babel, because I feel like that'd be crazy if I just stopped right there with that little bit. Alright, chapter 11, Tower of Babel. Now the whole world had one language and a common speech. As men moved eastward, they found a plain in Shinar and settled there. They said to each other, "Come, let's make bricks and bake them thoroughly." They used brick instead of stone and tar for mortar. Then they said, "Come, let us build ourselves a city, with a tower that reaches to the heavens, so that we may make a name for ourselves and not be scattered over the face of the whole earth." But the Lord came down to see the city and the tower that the men were building. The Lord said, "If as one people speaking the same language they have begun to do this, then nothing they plan to do will be impossible for them. Come, let us go down and confuse their language so they will not understand each other." So the Lord scattered them from there all over the earth, and they stopped building the city. That is why it is called Babel, because there the Lord confused the language of the whole world. From there the Lord scattered them over the face of the whole earth. That's pretty crazy. Why do you think God would do that? Well, let's think about it. I mean, really, if you got everybody in the world being able to speak the same language, there's not as much going on, and God had plans for everyone, for people to have problems arise so that they would realize they needed God, and that's how it is today. There's so many languages, and languages can create problems, barrier problems, and it's one of the many ways I think that God uses language as a tool to bring us back to Him. And then, so to finish off chapter 11, we got from Shem to Abram, because of course we got to go through a bunch more people and how long they lived and whatnot. This is the account of Shem. 2 years after the flood, when Shem was 100 years old, he became the father of Arphaxad. And after he became the father of Arphaxad, Shem lived 500 years and had other sons and daughters. When Arphaxad had lived 35 years, he became the father of Shelah. And after he became the father of Shelah, Arphaxad lived 403 years and had other sons and daughters. When Shelah had lived 30 years, he became the father of Eber. And after he became the father of Eber, Shelah lived 403 years and had other sons and daughters. When Eber had lived 34 years, he became the father of Peleg. And after he became the father of Peleg, Eber lived 430 years and had other sons and daughters. When Peleg had lived 30 years, he became the father of Ro. And after he became the father of Ro, Peleg lived 209 years and had other sons and daughters. When Ro had lived 32 years, he became the father of Serug. And after he became the father of Serug, Ro lived 207 years and had other sons and daughters. When Serug had lived 30 years, he became the father of Nahor. And after he became the father of Nahor, Serug lived 200 years and had other sons and daughters. When Nahor had lived 29 years, he became the father of Terah. And after he became the father of Terah, Nahor lived 119 years and had other sons and daughters. After Terah had lived 70 years, he became the father of Abram, Nahor, and Haran. This is the account of Terah. Terah became the father of Abram, Nahor, and Haran. Haran became the father of Lot. While his father Terah was still alive, Haran died in Ur of the Chaldeans, in the land of his birth. Abram and Nahor both married. The name of Abram's wife was Sarai, and the name of Nahor's wife was Milcah. She was the daughter of Haran, and the father of both Milcah and Iscah. Now Sarai was barren; she had no children. Terah took his own son Abram, his grandson Lot, son of Haran, and his daughter-in-law Sarai, the wife of his son Abram, and together they set out for Ur to the Chaldeans to go to Canaan. But when they came to Haran, they settled there. Terah lived 205 years, and he died in Haran. That's so sweet. Yet again, more family counts in the Bible. so sorry that I'm working through this. I'm working through this, man. But this is part of the Bible, alright? It's in here for a reason, okay? So we could definitely talk about why it's in here. So just anytime that you would like to do that, let's talk about this kind of stuff. Let's discuss this. Let's look it up. Let's figure this out. Let's research it, because I'm really interested in certain things that the Bible says that we don't always understand. So who knows why it says this stuff, but there's a reason for everything, right? Reason for everything. Let me tell you. The reason Daddy says all this stuff to Mom, to your aunts and your uncles and your grandparents, and just everybody. Like, there's a reason I am the way I am to you. Alright, there's a reason I'm in the Navy. There's a reason I'm at where I'm at, and there's a reason why I do things that I do. So sometimes people don't understand, but you gotta do it. Also, 757